7 o'clock on the dot. Hey, the Doug Rice Show. Hey, 7:01. Doug Rice, invigorated. Early morning, 23rd of May, 2022. Negroes. How you doing? All right. I don't know. Wanted to come in strong. You know, like you slide into home. Hey, it's Monday. Wake up! You got enough sleep. You went to sleep early. I know you did. You're responsible. You understand? You take care of business. So I know for a fact you don't sleep in. You better not. Please, give me a break. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? All right. Before we get the day started, you know how the day goes. I talk about whatever comes to fucking mind. Who knows? And then we peruse the black news. I go over the headlines. I talk about what the fuck is presented, left, right. Doesn't matter. It's a Negro in America, right? I mean, every day you wake up, there's always new excitement, right? New realizations, new discoveries. Right, so today, sip. We're going to talk about the news. We're going to talk about the news. You know, I began this journey on the 6th of January, 2021, as I watched the news. I mean, I looked at all of it. I'm not talking about right. I'm not talking about left. I'm not talking about Republican, fuck them. I'm talking about Democrats, double fuck them. I'm not talking about any of that shit. I don't care about Black Lives Matter, about NAACP. I don't care about black leaders they've picked for us. I don't care. None of that shit. But what I do care about is that we stay informed. And it's very important that we watch what's going on. And there are some of us, Hebrews, that are in the news media, and even though we foment and further the madness that cascades us toward the inevitable, they still provide some pretty good shit. You know, I give in point today, Joy Reid. I like Joy. You know, she straightened her hair. I understand. She looked better when it wasn't straightened. I don't know her origin. Don't care. I think she's Caribbean. Maybe. I don't care. Let me tell you why I don't care, because sometimes she hits the nail on the head. Right up there with Rachel. A few other folks. Hey, there are even folks on Fox that hit it right. You guys don't know. CNN is losing their mind, but even then, there's a few things. But then we've got freepress.org. You know? We've got other mediums that tell us other things, give us other perspectives. What you must pay attention to are the events recently. Now, listen, hardly any Negro knows about CPAC. You don't know what CPAC is, do you? You don't even care. I don't care either. Who cares? That's their business. Let me tell you something, man. There's a dude named Orbach spoke at CPAC over in Europe. Now, that's the oddest thing to come out of my mouth, huh? Right in the family. What are you talking about? I'm talking about attitudes. I'm talking about circumstances. I'm talking about setting a stage. CPAC, a U.S.-based organization, political organization, has now put in the forefront of all that support CPAC, which is Republicans, GOP, Donald Trump, all the ilk of those we have yet to fully realize are not for us until, well, time will tell. But CPAC has allowed this guy, Orbach, he's from Hungary. In 2014, Orbach ascended to power with right-wing white nationalism at center stage, and he's been successful. Replacement theory is one of his pet peeves. He got up on stage and said, God love Fox News and Tucker Carlson. He needs to be running 24/7 in the United States. And CPAC is a US-based organization that went over to Europe and had a convention. And there stood the bigwigs, the folks that reflect the same mindset as individuals like Orbach, who likes Erdogan, who likes Russia, who likes the United States under Donald Trump. And as the wildfire of white supremacy and caucasity spread freely around the globe, what are Negroes doing? Smiling? What are you doing? Do you keep up with the news, or is it just disinterested? Do the parallels of what's going on far away in comparison to what's going on here, does that not at least concern you? The support for what's coming cannot be stopped. I'm letting you know this. And it's interesting as Detrina kicks out those who are in their fucking feelings. Listen, folks, if you're not a Negro or not grafted in spiritually with Negroes, you more likely will get in your feelings here. You're welcome to leave. I'll drink coffee while you clear out or get cleared out. Detrina! If any of them got a problem, let them go on about their business. I don't need them here. I'm talking to Negroes! Family. Nothing seems to affect those more bristled at our unification than those not us. Why is that? What is it that draws fear when I talk about Negro unity? Ooh. Those two words seamed together just put a chill down the backs of caucasity. Isn't it a wonderful idea? When I talk about bringing it in, when I talk about bring it in, I'm talking about separating, right? Now, everybody thinks, you are so divisive. I am not. I'm not divisive. I'm a realist. There's nowhere to go. We can't divide. Have you lost your mind? There's nowhere to go. We can't escape. We can't hide. We can't avoid. We can't do any of that shit. And if we decide to stay to ourselves, there's always the possibility that a committed madman may drive over 200 miles fully armed and ready to end the lives of the innocent Negroes simply for the purpose that he may stave off this imagined replacement theory that's fomented in the weak minds of individuals throughout this country. Look, folks, don't be fooled. There's nowhere to go. When I talk about separating, I talk about how you walk about this penal colony for Negroes. Now, I've given it some thought. Here it is. There's a term called the 1,000-yard stare. Everybody know about that? No? You know, in the military, affected individuals gone through shell shock who may not focus on the present but 1,000 yards in front of them as they move about their lives. Now, I look at those individuals and wonder, what what circumstance can that also be applied to? So I think about maybe the 100-yard stare for Negro. As you walk about this penal colony for Negroes, knowing what's being reflected over in Europe, let me tell you something. They're finding graves over there now. They surmise 5,000 people are buried in multiple mass graves in Europe. And so if I tell you that perhaps you keep your head on a swivel, at least give yourself 100 yards. Protect your environment and maintain 100 yards in front of yourself. Maintain that kind of focus. Don't be present and available here. As you move through, keep 100-yard distance ahead of you. Visually, focus, and watch the waters divide. It's fucking necessary. Are you not seeing what's happening? Don't fucking play games with me. Look, man, under no circumstance would any other segment of this society tolerate the ending of 10 lives associated only by commonality. It would not stand. The entire United States would be on some sort of emergency and lockdown status. If someone said 10 individuals of a specific ethnicity had to go, this whole place would have a different vibration right now. But it's nearly forgotten as it was Negro. So I get here every day. What I do is just kind of look, see what's happening. I preach the kingdom. I talk about the kingdom. I hope that it gets here soon. But if you can't tell what's happening, if you can't see the slow rotational turn of events, I mean, if there's no parallel to Nazi Germany, I will not be the Jew that stayed. I will not. I will not be victim. I will at least be difficult to find. I have to be. I owe it, at least to those who before me lost their lives in this struggle to get away and survive. Dear God, how can any of us fucking grin? I drift. That's the gig. All right, that's it. 14 minutes. That's enough. I figure, for those of you that watch me, you know what the deal is. You're getting ready for work. I know it's 7:14 in the morning here. And you can't wait. I know you can't wait, but just pause for a minute. All right, let me peruse the Black News. The opening was good. All right, let me go ahead and go. So I get up this morning. You know what I do. Before I go and do what I got to do, I serve and try to inform Hebrews, Negroes, those of us here as a result of the transatlantic slave trade. Those are my targeted audience. I'm talking to those of you that accept the term Negro and wear it proudly, as you should. As you should. You are in diametric opposition to this world in every sense as you go about your daily life, trapped here by circumstance, surrounded by individuals you were never meant to come into contact with. So, before you traipse off to work to be around those individuals, I'm going to peruse the Black News. Here we go. All right, so you know what I do. I just search on Black News, 2 words, boom. It's not rocket science. Works. First thing I look at, and I talked about it with Detrina this morning, first thing I got to see. First thing they return to me. Buffalo's black residents receive warm embrace after mass shooting. Let me stop there for a minute. Now, this comes from CNN. I've said they're losing their minds a little bit. But, I don't know. know, man. What the fuck are you talking about? What warm embrace do Buffalo residents receive now? I'm a little confused. What's the point and purpose of your warm embrace after 10 of us have been murdered? What do you feel a hug in any respect, in any form, in any fashion, any way you might describe it? How do you feel a warm embrace is somehow appropriate at this moment? What are you talking about? Are you ready for us to get over it? Is that what you're saying? Buffalo's black residents receive warm embrace after mass shooting, but they worry about what happens when the hugs stop. Well, you don't have to worry about what happens. You can fucking count on what's gonna happen. You don't have to concern yourself about it. No! You can count on it, baby. Remember when Dylan Roof did his thing? All we talked about was when the next one was going to come for about 2 seconds. And then we moved on about our business. Dylan was taken to McDonald's or Wendy's, wherever is appropriately taken, unharmed, unscathed, and whole. Since that, shooting after shooting after and whatever, but now we culminate onto this new fella, worked up about being replaced, someone whispering in his ear what obviously has a grain of truth to it, elsewise we wouldn't be suffering the demise of 10 of us at a time. One more than Dylan Roof, I might add. Progress on their part. Are you fucking happy? Are you content? How do you feel? Are you worried? Who needs a hug? Let's move on. All right. I'm just looking. Maternal mortality rates aren't that bad if you don't count black people. Cassidy argues Louisiana has one of the worst maternal mortality rates in the country, but the governor has stated this wonderfully appropriate honesty. Let me read it again for you. He said, mortality rates aren't that bad if you don't count black people. Getting open about it, huh? You like being counted? And you count? You love being counted? How about your vote? You vote? You like your vote being counted, right? Yeah, they're really stacking that against the whole grain. Listen, folks, if you're foolish enough to cast your vote against the kingdom, I mean, at least understand the shit you're throwing away don't matter for shit anyway. I mean, I don't even understand it. All you got to do is understand whether you vote, whether you don't know. Why take a chance? In not voting, you vote for the kingdom of God. Think of that. How about that? Let's reverse engineer the logic. Hebrews! Those of you that understand this will never stop and they will never go away. It will never change. There's not going to be thoughts and prayers. Do you understand? It's deeply ingrained within them to hate Hebrews because of who we are and what we represent, not just to them, but to the entire planet. And I just don't want you to waste the time, the energy, or the spiritual decision you make in voting for kingdoms that are sure to fall at the hands of God Almighty, fast approaching. I drift. All right, let's continue. I love what he said, though. Isn't that beautiful? I mean, if you don't count us, things are great, right? I mean, that's what he basically says, and we're getting on to that. And then it said that Representative Watson Coleman says that Senator Cassidy's black maternity mortality comment was rooted in white supremacy. No shit. So what he said, So Senator Bill Cassidy said that infant mortality rates are good if you don't count black people. And then Representative Watson Coleman says that what he said was rooted in white supremacy. Wow. Man, you got the news is just so goddamn accurate. Did you not know that or what? I mean, where did you think we are? How did you think we got here? I mean, they tell me, if you don't like it here, you can just get the hell out. Well, you didn't tell that to our ancestors in the cotton fields whipping their asses. You didn't offer that goddamned option. Things might have been a little bit even keeled. Let's continue. 7:21 in the morning on the 23rd of May, 2022. This is Doug Rice. I'm the Doug Rice Show. I'm just talking. This is all satire. You know that, right? All right. So, Hamlin, white supremacist prosecutors say wanted to shoot and kill black people to be sentenced. Convicted felon Stephen Patterson admitted to illegally having firearms, and prosecutors are seeking the maximum of like 10 years because he, as a white supremacist, said that he wanted to shoot and kill black people. Well, hey, there's that. Thanks for catching him, I guess. How long are you going to put him away? Let's find out, folks. Interesting. He's supposed to be sentenced today. Nice little photo of him. I'll throw that up on the Twitterverse for you. Yeah, for those of you, just follow me at Rug Dicer, and there we go. Maximum sentence. Hamlin, a man with history of racist crimes, having illegal firearms. He's asking for the maximum, 10 years for this guy. Convicted violent felon, white supremacist, says he'd like to kill African Americans at a genocidal rate. Wow, that's a clip. And I guess, and it comes just after a week after so just keep stirring apart. I mean, you don't think it's important that we bring it in? No, go to Rug Dicer on Twitter. I just posted the article. Now, one of them, they just arrested for massacring 10 of us at a time. 8 days ago. No big deal, right? Then today, we get to read about one that's going to get sentenced, U.S. District Judge. They're going to ask for 10 years. Want to keep him on ice for 10 years at least, because he wants to, as he said, his intention was to shoot and kill Black Lives Matter protesters and African Americans at what he says, quote unquote, a genocidal rate. So, as you can see, the genocide that they seem to be expressing over in Europe, what are you talking about? 5,000 bodies they expect in several different places. They've already discovered 1,000 bodies. Killing at exponential rates is something they're pretty good at. We're talking about cousins. Don't get in your fucking feelings. Don't get all wrapped up in your feelings. I'm reading the news. This is one they're getting sentenced today. One that they caught last week. And we know a few that are thinking about it right now. All I'm asking you Hebrews to do, Negroes, I'm just asking you to keep your head on a swivel. Stay to yourself, mind your fucking business, and get that goddamn grin off your faces. What's the deal? What's the smile about? You happy? What's on their minds? They want to kill us at a genocidal rate because we're the threat? I don't understand that. I can't imagine the 86-year-old grandmother shopping on Saturday, having in her mind as she picks out her greens and picks out her onions and, picks out all the things she knows is going to go into a pretty good Sunday dinner. And I can't imagine that she's walking about on that Saturday, having lived for 86 years through Jim Crow, and on her mind roams the idea that perhaps she wants to replace white folks. No, she's not thinking about that at all. She's not. I'm gonna go ahead and bet. But damn, roaming free about this countryside. Folks that seem to have on their mind the genocidal rate killing of brothers and sisters that just want to mind their goddamn business. Are you still grinning, motherfuckers? So he'll get 10 years. Let's hope. Stop. I know I said hope. I apologize for that. Moving on, baby. The show. Giving you something to think about before you go to work. We'll use that. All right, let's continue. Don't drop your fucking phone. I told you to put it down. Jesus Christ. What do we got here? Georgia's RICO Act. Whoa, they're coming out of nowhere, baby. Whoa! Georgia's RICO Act is a demoralizing, blatant attack on black expression, and they're coming for all of us. You know that, right? I need you to all listen to what I'm saying, because listen, I won't be able to say this for very long. And you know what? I don't give a fuck because it's out. We're all thinking it now. We know deliverance is near. We know the crumbling society all around us, seemingly aiming the gun of destruction at their own heads. My God! What are they doing? They can't help themselves. It's like they're under a fucking spell. But you know, the true target is Negro. Donald Trump fomented civil war in a tweet on his platform. I don't know. I saw it. I guess. Whatever. Right in line with what seems to be the narrative, the direction they seem to be going. It's at the point in time they begin to directly confront their own ugliness that things are going to get interesting. At that point, hopefully, you Hebrews will bring it in. You'll see what's going on all about you. You'll watch the crumbling destruction, the infrastructure of the civilization created only to keep you down at bay, enslaved in position. That infrastructure crumbling from within. Watch from afar. Prepare for the kingdom. Yeah, I said it. The RICO Act. Oh, Jesus, they're coming for you. You know that, right? Enjoy this shit. Commit it to memory. Study scripture. Pack your shit. Be ready to move. Get somewhere that you can't easily be obtained. Do something. All right, let's continue. Don't drop your phone. It's only 7:28. Every time I do that, I imagine you like jumping and shit. Hey, you're in the car. Mount me on the fucking front. Keep your fucking eyes on the road. I'm going to talk you in. It's Monday. It's the last week. First half of the year. It's almost behind you. Here comes the summer. Here comes the heat. What do you think these people are going to do? One of them done already broke out in front of the pack and started off the summer with 10. I know. Keep your eyes on the road. Let's continue. All right. Here we go. The Doug Rising Show. Here we go. Good news, bad news on black Americans and cancer. What do you... Okay, I'm not even going to... Chadwick Boseman was honored on the set of Black Panther 2. As well he should have been. Yeah. Without him, Black Panther 2, meaningless. I could give less than 3/4 damn about the portrayal of some Caucasus infected fantasy about what negrosity should be in the eyes of the masses in high definition homage. No, I'll not commit a single fucking dime. Anyway, no. And I don't recommend you do either. Are you kidding me? All right. Study finds denying existence of structural racism is linked to anti-black prejudice. So that word salad that Sky News put out not 15 minutes ago means that if you don't think racism exists, more likely you'll turn into a fucking racist. I'll read it again. Study finds denying existence of structural racism is linked to anti-black prejudice. Another study. Call the company, First Contact, we'll do studies. I'll ask people idiotic, benign, known questions, and, we'll get the answers, and I'll charge you $80, $90 a fucking question. Okay. All right. Black widow killer who hid antidepressants in husband's curry cleared for prison release. So I look for black news. We got a black widow killer. It looks like she's over in London. She's 61. She's serving a life sentence. She put antidepressants in her husband's shit, killed him. She's being released. All things are just falling in line. Everybody feel good? 61, released, out. Fuck that. I mean, just let the monsters out. Let them all out. Don't even put them in jail. Yeah, let it unfold as you so hope it does. You Hebrews better pay attention. Everybody's all smiles right now. Everybody's all cool until shit starts happening like it's happening in Europe. Y'all better understand. You know how fast shit changed over in Ukraine. Like that. All at the whim of a scared motherfucker. And you surrounded by some scared motherfuckers today. What you gonna do? Smile? All right. Let's get it. Oh, I feel pretty good. At Black Lives Matter, nepotism pays extremely well. Hey, man, it's my cousin. What are you talking about? I don't know. Look, how's everybody even shocked about Black Lives? I don't give a damn. How much money got it? 142,000? I don't care. Millions? Go. Handle it, you dummies. Lean into the wind. Go ahead. You're going to love this shit. Yes, you are. You're going to love how this shit ends. For those of you that choose too late, I pity you. I only pray you have enough time to run for the border and bring it in. Come on. Everybody knows. You see what's coming. You see what's up. Come on. You don't see that? You don't see what's happening overseas as a telltale sign of what may very well happen here if things get out of control? Come on, guys. I mean, at this point, they're attacking one another. And they're on a course of collision. It's most certain to happen. And what will the winner do, I wonder? Who will the winner blame what they've done on? I mean, think of it. Think of it! That's what they do. They commit atrocities. They claim it's out of fear. And now the new fear is replacement, for God's sake. And the target is Negroes, who are not replacing anybody, I might add. Motherfuckers ain't replacing themselves. Okay. Moving on. So we're moving to work. I'm sorry, I drift. It's what I do. Moving on. We don't feel safe. Many black Americans experience grief, trauma. And what the fuck are you talking about? Listen, man, look. Ain't nobody experienced no goddamn grief or trauma that's a Negro. All this shit's to be expected. We know that's what is on the minds of those that surround us. Pick up your dead. Let's move on. Let me tell you something. I keep saying it. When they bombed Tulsa, when they vanished our cities back to back to back, our communities flourishing, we didn't go complain to anybody. There's nobody to complain to. You know what we did? We cleaned the shit up and we went on about our goddamn business and we survived. That's what we did. No shock, no awe, no trauma, no psychological damage. You know what the fuck we did? We moved what they said the fuck on. We didn't go to Chef and complain. The motherfucker smelled of kerosene and dynamite. No need to complain to him. We didn't go to the news. Oh no. The editor was putting up the white sheet just as we walked in. No, we don't go to anyone for help. What we did was we brought it in. We recovered. We survived. I hope that's what we do today. All right, let's continue. All right, here we go. I don't feel, no, fuck that. No. Don't give them that. There's no grief. There's no trauma. There's just realization, acceptance, moving on, and awaiting the kingdom. That's all. Carry on. All right, let's continue. Oh, what is this? Look, monkeypox. Look, stop. The reference itself is racist. Everybody knows it. They thought of that, and it just glides off the tongue, and it just exudes all kind of ugly, don't it? And then they use black folks to image it. I'm good. I'm good. Does not look the same on white skin. It doesn't. So I understand you want to be in your feelings, but if you want to create terror, if you want to create real fear, well, you got to use black people. Don't you understand that? Come on, folks. It's marketing 101. It's not personal. Please. I wish I was the attorney for the firm. Your Honor, I just got to say, look at the white hand, look at the black hand. What do you think? Right? You're not terrorized. You're looking at the white hand. There's a bulbous thing on there, kind of contrast you don't see. The black hand on the other, you are moved, aren't you? I know you are, Your Honor. Can we just dismiss this? Stupid. Continuing, baby, on the Duck Right Show. Hey, continuing, baby. And I'm just filling time while I scroll the fuck down, because Black Bear charges into Wisconsin home and attacks couple. Well, they'll blame that on us. Oh, that's front page news right there, just for optics. Just to adjust everybody's attitude. Just to make sure you associate blackness with a violent attack, and we keep moving forward. I don't know. What'd you do to the black bear? You know you did something, right? What'd you do? What'd you do? I bet I could defend that bear. Maybe. All right, continue. Here we go. Oh, dear God, the Jackson Black Rodeo is canceled. Thank you for that. All right, folks, listen, I'm going to go. I have things to do. Plus, I could do this all morning. We've been at this for 40 fucking minutes. But as you must go, so must I. The only thing that I ask is that as you go about your day today, Monday, do yourselves a favor. Protect yourself. Understand you're not alone. You're in harm's way. And if you must trip the light fantastic, do yourselves the favor and get that goddamn grin off your faces. Good morning. Eyes on the road. Eyes on the road.